Hi, good morning and welcome to today's class. Today's class is a continuation of our previous classes on SURDS. In today's class, we shall be looking at the multiplication of SURDS involving brackets. At the last class, we were able to look at the division of SURDS in solving SURDS problem. In our next class, we shall explain the concept of conjugate binomial SURDS. But before we go into conjugate binomial SURDS, we have to look at the multiplication of SURDS involving brackets, because that is going to help us in conjugate binomial SURDS. Before we go into multiplication of brackets involving SURDS, let's look at the solution to the assignment I gave you at the last class, where you're asked to simplify root 3 plus 1 over root 3 minus 1 over root 27. So I'm going to simplify them into their basic sort forms. This becomes root 3 over 1 plus 1 over root 3 minus 1 over 3 root 3. So when you look for the LCM is said to be 3 root 3. And 3 root 3 divided by 1 is said to be 3 root 3. 3 root 3 times root 3 gives us 3 times 3. That will be 9. Plus 3 root 3 divided by root 3 is 3. 3 times 1 is 3. Minus 3 root 3 divided by 3 root 3 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. So this is equal to, this is 9 plus 3 minus 1 all over 3 root 3, and this gives us 9 plus 3 is 12 minus 1 is 11 over 3 root 3, and when we rationalize this, it's going to give us 11 over 3 root 3 times 3 root 3 divided by 3 root 3. This becomes 33 root 3 divided by 3 times 3. And 3 into itself is 1. 3 into 33 is 11, leaving us with 11 root 3 over 3. So you can confirm your answers with what I got and do the necessary correction. For us to be able to multiply SURDS involving brackets, we say the same method of solving algebraic expressions involving brackets is used in solving the multiplication of SURDS involving brackets. For example, we all know that in algebra, if we have bracket x plus y into bracket x p plus q, in algebra we are told that you have to split any of the brackets into two and use them in turns to multiply the second bracket. That is to say, I'm going to split bracket x plus y into 2, and that gives me plus x and plus y, and in turns, I'm going to use them in multiplying bracket p plus q. So when you do that, this gives us x into bracket p plus q plus y into bracket p plus q, which can then be simplified into xp plus qx, and when you do that to the second bracket, you have plus py plus qy. So also in SURDS, when you have two brackets where it is binomial, you have to split one of the brackets into two and use them in turns in multiplying the second bracket. So let's take an example. In SURDS, you may see something like this, where you're asked to simplify bracket 2 root 5 plus 3 to be multiplied by bracket 5 root 2. We are to split one of the brackets into two, be it the first bracket or the second bracket, whichever that suits you. Split it into two and in turns multiply the second bracket. So this gives us 2 root 5 into root 5 plus 2 plus 3 into brackets root 5 plus 2. Simplifying this further, this gives us 2 root 5 times root 5 will be 2 times 5, because root 5 times root 5 is 5, plus 2 root 5 times 2 gives us 4 root 5, while 3 times root 5 is said to be 3 root 5, plus 3 times plus 2 is said to be plus 6. When you simplify this becomes 10 plus 4 root 5 plus 3 root 5 plus 6. We shall then collect like terms. Rational numbers to be added together, while the irrational numbers will be added separately. And this gives us 10 plus 6 plus 4 root 5 plus 3 root 5. And this is said to be equal to 10 plus 6 gives us 16 plus, since 4 root 5 plus 3 root 5 are like terms, we can then add them together to get 7 root 5. And this is our answer, because you cannot simplify it further from where it is. So it is best advisable you leave it in surd form. B, bracket root 6 plus 2 to be multiplied by bracket root 3 plus 2. We are still going to split one of the brackets into 2 and use them in turns in multiplying the second bracket. So I'm going to split root 6 plus 2 into 2, giving me root 6 and root 2. I'll use them in turns to multiply the second bracket. So this becomes root 6 into root 3 plus root 2 plus 2 into root 3 plus root 2. Then you expand each of the brackets. Root 6 times root 3 gives you root 18 plus root 6 times root 2 is equal to root 12 plus positive 2 times root 3 is 2 root 3, while plus 2 times positive 2 is said to be plus 2 root 2. Simplifying this further into their basic surd forms, root 18 is said to be 3 root 2, because 18 can be broken down into 9 times 2, and root 9 is 3, while root 2 is in surd form, plus root 12 is said to be 2 root 3 plus the third term 2 root 3 plus 2 root 2. Simplifying this further, we have, let's collect like terms. Those of root 2 are said to be like terms, so I'm going to bring them forward. 3 root 2 plus 2 root 2, while we have plus 2 root 3 plus 2 root 3. This is equal to 3 root 2 plus 2 root 2 gives us 5 root 2 plus 2 root 3 plus 2 root 3 is said to be 4 root 3. And this is your answer. We cannot simplify this further because root 2 and root 3 are said not to be like terms. C, we have bracket 4 root 3 plus root 6 to be multiplied by bracket 4 root 3 minus root 6. Just like we did in the first and second examples, we have to do same in this example by splitting any of the brackets into 2 and use them in turns to multiply. So in this example, I'm going to split the second bracket into 2, and this gives me plus 4 root 3 minus root 6. This will become 4 root 3 into, to be multiplied with the first bracket, 4 root 3 plus root 6 while the second term in the second bracket is minus root 6 to be multiplied with 4 root 3 plus root 6. Simplifying this further, we use 4 root 3 to multiply every term in the first bracket, and this gives us 4 root 3 times 4 root 3 is said to be 4 root 3 squared. This becomes 16 times 3. For 4 times 4 is 16, while root 3 times root 3 is said to be 3. Plus 4 root 3 times root 6. This is said to be 4 root 18. When you multiply rational numbers, that is 4 and 1, gives you 4. Root 3 times root 6 is said to be root 18. I'm going to expand the second bracket. Note, you are to use minus root 6 to multiply every term in the bracket, and don't omit the negative sign. For the negative sign is said to be the sign of root 6. So this gives us minus 4 root 18. Use minus root 6 to multiply plus root 6 will give you minus 6. For root 6 times root 6 is said to be 6, while minus times plus is said to be minus. We then simplify and collect like terms. Root 16 times 3 is 48, while plus 4 root 18 minus 4 root 18 is said to be 0. It will neutralize itself, and we are left with minus 6. So this is equal to 42. For 48 minus 6 is said to be 42. Don't forget to like this video and let us know how you feel about our lessons in the comment section. D, we have bracket 3 root 3 minus root 7 all squared. When something is squared, it means it is that value multiplying itself. So this can be simplified to be bracket 3 root 3 minus root 7 multiplying 3 root 3 minus root 7. So also we are going to split one of the brackets into two, use them one at a time, and multiply the second bracket. So this is going to be 3 root 3 to multiply 3 root 3 minus root 7 minus root 7 multiplying 3 root 3 minus root 7. So we simplify further. 3 root 3 times 3 root 3 will give us 9 times 3, because 3 times 3 is 9. Root 3 times root 3 is 3. Minus 3 root 3 times minus 7 is said to be minus 3 root 21. And we do same with the second bracket. This gives us minus 3 root 21 plus, when you multiply negative times negative is positive, root 7 times root 7 gives us 7. And when you simplify further, 9 times 3 is 27, minus 3 root 21 minus 3 root 21 is said to be minus 6 root 21, using your number line, plus 7. Simplifying this further, we then add up the rational part, that is plus 27 plus 7, it gives us 34. So this is said to be 34 minus 6 root 21. Root 21 cannot be broken down further, for it is said to be in its basic surd form, and this is your answer. E, we have root 3 plus 1 over root 3 all squared. Same thing we did in the previous example will be applied here. This is equal to root 3 plus 1 divided by root 3 to multiply root 3 plus 1 divided by root 3. So splitting one of the brackets into two, we have root 3 into root 3 plus 1 divided by root 3 plus 1 divided by root 3 into root 3 plus 1 divided by root 3. So we expand the brackets. Root 3 times root 3 is said to be 3 plus root 3 times positive 1 over root 3 is said to be 1, because if you have this root 3 over 1 times 1 over root 3, this will give you, root 3 will cancel itself, leaving you with 1 at both numerator and denominator, and 1 divided by 1 is said to be 1. So that's how I got this one. Plus 1 over root 3 times root 3 is said to be plus 1, plus 1 over root 3 times 1 over root 3 gives us 1 over root 9, and 1 over root 9 is said to be 1 over 3. And simplifying this further, we then have 3 plus 2 plus 1 over 3, and this is said to be 5 whole number 1 over 3 as our answer. Don't forget to like this video while you watch, and subscribe if you are yet to do that. You can also use the comment section to interact with us on how you feel about our classes. We shall now take more exercises on sorts involving brackets. We are asked to evaluate the following. Just like we did in algebra, when you have a term multiplying a bracket, you use that term to multiply every term in the bracket. Example 1, we are asked to evaluate root 3 into bracket root 3 plus root 7. This is going to be equal to root 3 times root 3 gives us 3, plus root 3 times root 7 is said to be root 21. And this is said to be in its simplest form, as root 21 cannot be expressed as a product of two factors where one is a perfect square. 2, we have 2 root 6 into 3 root 2 minus 2 root 3. This is going to be equal to 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times root 6 is said to be 6, minus 2 times 2 is 4. Root 6 times root 3 gives us root 18. And we can simplify them further to be equal to 6 times 6 is 36, minus 2 times root 18 can be said to be 3 root 2. And this can be simplified to be 36 minus 6 root 2. You can still simplify this further by factorizing out 6. This becomes 6 into 6 minus root 2. And this is your answer. 4. Root 7 plus root 6 into 2 root 3 minus 1. You split one of the brackets into 2 and use them in turn to multiply the second bracket, leaving us with root 7 into 2 root 3 minus 1 plus root 6 into 2 root 3 minus 1. Then when you expand this bracket, it gives you 2 root 21 minus root 7. Do same to the second bracket, it gives you plus 2 root 18 minus root 6. When you simplify this, you have 2 root 21 minus root 7 plus 2 times 3 root 2. When you simplify root 18 minus root 6, this gives us 2 root 21 minus root 7 plus 6 root 2 minus root 6. If you look at this, you will discover that they are all in different terms. So we cannot simplify them more than this. And this is said to be our answer. 5, you also split one of the brackets into 2 and use them in turns in multiplying the second bracket. If there are more than 3 terms in the bracket, you split them into 3 or into nth term, depending on the number of terms you have in the bracket. So not just into 2. So this gives me 4 root 2 into 4 root 2 minus 2 root 6 plus 2 root 6 into 4 root 2 minus 2 root 6. When you simplify this, you have 4 times 4 is 16, root 2 times root 2 is 2, minus 4 times 2 is 8, and root 2 times root 6 is root 12. I'm done with the first bracket. Do same with the second bracket. You have plus 8 root 12 minus 4 times root 6 times root 6 is said to be 6. Simplifying this further, 16 times 2 is 32, minus root 8 plus root 8 is said to be 0, while we have minus 4 times 6 is 24. So when you subtract 24 from 32, it gives you 8. So our answer is said to be 8. Question 6. We have root 10 minus root 2 to be multiplied with bracket 2 root 10 plus root 2. I'm going to split the first bracket into 2. This gives me 10 into 2 root 10 plus root 2 minus root 2 into 2 root 10 plus root 2. When you expand this bracket, it gives you 2 times 10 plus root 20. For when you multiply root 10 times root 2, it gives you root 20 minus root 2 times 2 root 10 is 2 root 20. And when you multiply minus root 2 by plus 2, it gives you minus 2. This is said to be equal to 20 plus root 20 minus 2 root 20 minus 2. This is equal to 20 minus 2 plus root 20 minus 2 root 20. Now when you simplify this, 20 minus 2 is said to be 18, while plus root 20 minus 2 root 20 is said to be minus root 20. So we can simplify root 20 to be equal to 18 minus root 20 gives us 2 root 5. And if you are to factorize out 2, this is said to be 2 into 9 minus root 5 as your answer. Kindly like our videos as you watch, while we encourage you to subscribe if you have not done that. Also turn on the notification bell so as to be notified whenever a new video is being uploaded. We advise you to like this video while you watch, while we encourage you to subscribe to our channel if you are yet to do that. Also turn on the notification bell so as to be notified whenever a new video is being uploaded. Also use the comment section to interact with us to let us know how much you appreciate our work. Question 7, we have to split one of the brackets into 2 and multiply them in turns with the second bracket. This becomes 2 root 3 into 3 root 2 plus root 3 minus root 3 into 3 root 2 plus root 3. When you expand this bracket, it gives you 2 times 3 is 6. Root 3 times root 2 is said to be root 6 plus 2 root 3 times root 3 gives us 2 times 3. For root 3 times root 3 is 3. Do same with the second bracket. You have minus 3 root 6 and minus 3. This is equal to 6 root 6 plus 6 minus 3 root 6 minus 3. I shall now collect like terms, which is equal to 6 root 6 minus 3 root 6 plus 6 minus 3. So this is equal to 6 root 6 minus 3 root 3 are like terms, so we can subtract, leaving us with 3 root 6 plus 6 minus 3 is said to be 3. And so our answer is 3 root 6 plus 3. And I can factorize out 3, for 3 is common, leaving us with 3 into bracket root 6 plus 1 as our answer. Question 8. We split the first bracket into 2 and use them in turns to multiply the second bracket. This becomes 1 into 1 minus root 3 plus root 3 into 1 minus root 3. When you simplify, 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times minus root 3 is minus root 3. Do same with the second bracket. You have plus root 3 minus 3. Minus root 3 plus root 3 neutralize itself, giving us 0. So this is equal to 1 minus 3. And 1 minus 3 is said to be equal to minus 2. Question 9. We have 2 root 15 minus 8 to be multiplied by root 5 plus root 7. We are going to split this into 2 root 15 into root 2 plus root 5 minus 8 into root 2 plus root 5. When you simplify this, it's going to give you 2 root 30 plus 2 root 15 times 5 is 75 minus 8 root 2 minus 8 root 5. When you simplify this in its basic sort form, this is equal to 2 root 30 plus bracket 2 times root 75 can be expressed as 25 times 3, and root 25 is said to be 5, so this becomes 5 root 3 minus 8 root 2 plus 8 root 5. This we can simplify into 2 root 30. Root 30 cannot be simplified further, plus 10 root 3 minus 8 root 2 plus 8 root 5. Looking at this, there are no like terms, so we cannot simplify them further unless we want to factorize out 2, which is common. And if you do that, you are going to have 2 into root 30 plus 5 root 3 minus 4 root 2 plus 4 root 5. So this is what you will get, as nothing can be done to this. You can't simplify this further. They are all unlike terms. Question 10. We are to multiply bracket 4 root 3 minus 3 root 2 with bracket root 2 plus root 5. So splitting the first bracket into 2, we have 4 root 3 into root 2 plus root 5 minus 3 root 2 to multiply root 5 plus root 2 plus root 5. They are commutative, so you can decide to rearrange them. So this is equal to 4 root 6 plus 4 root 15 minus 3 root 10 minus 3 times 2. So when you simplify this further, you arrive at 4 root 6 plus 4 root 15 minus 3 root 10 minus 6. And from all indication, this is said to be in their basic forms, and this gives us our answer. Don't forget to like this video as you watch. While we recommend that you subscribe to this channel if you are yet to do so. Also turn on the notification bell so as to be notified whenever a new video is being uploaded. We also recommend that you use the comment section to interact with us on how you feel about this class. Don't forget also to share the links with your friends. Question 11, bracket 7 minus root 10 to multiply 3 minus root 7. This gives us 7 into 3 minus root 7 minus root 10 into 3 minus root 7. When you simplify this, you have 21 minus 7 root 7 minus 3 root 10 plus root 70. This is equal to 21 minus 7 root 7 minus 3 root 10 plus root 70. I doubt if you can simplify this further. So they are all said to be in their basic surd forms, and this is your answer. Question 12, we have 1 plus root 2 to be multiplied by root 2 plus root 5. We are going to split the first bracket into 2, so we have 1 into root 2 plus root 5 plus root 2 into root 2 plus root 5. And when you simplify this further, this is equal to root 2 plus root 5 plus root 2 times root 2 is root 4, and that is 2, plus root 2 times root 5, that gives us root 10. This is equal to root 2 plus root 5 plus 2 plus root 10. This is said to be in their basic surd forms, and they are not like terms, so this gives us our answer. Question 13. We are to multiply bracket root 6 plus 2 into bracket root 2 times 5. Splitting the first bracket into 2 and multiplying with the second bracket, we have root 6 into root 2 plus root 5 plus 2 into root 2 plus root 5. When you simplify this further, it gives you root 12 plus root 30. Do same with the second bracket, plus 2 root 2 plus 2 root 5. Let's simplify them into their basic surd forms where necessary. Root 12 can be said to be 2 root 3 plus root 30 cannot be splitted further, so we have it as root 30 plus 2 root 2 plus 2 root 5. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your answer. Please avoid being tempted to see if you can add them. Remember the rules of surds. 2 root 2 plus 2 root 5 is not equivalent to 4 root 7. No, it's not possible. Question 14, bracket root 17 plus root 11 to multiply root bracket 17 minus root 11. Splitting the first bracket into 2 and using it to multiply the second bracket, we have root 17 into root 17 minus root 11 plus root 11 into root 17 minus root 11. When you expand this bracket, root 17 times root 17 gives us 17 minus, this can be said to be root 11 times 17 plus, this is also root 11 times 17 minus 11. Now I had to leave it like this because they are too big for me to memorize. So this is equal to 17. This will neutralize this, leaving us with minus 11, and 17 minus 11 is said to be 6. So our answer is 6. Our last question for the day says we should multiply bracket 2 plus 3 root 5 by bracket 6 minus 2 root 5. Splitting the first bracket into 2 and multiplying with the second, you have 2 into 6 minus 2 root 5 plus 3 root 5 into 6 minus 2 root 5. Expanding this, you have 12 minus 4 root 5 plus 18 root 5 minus 6 root 25. And this is equal to 12 minus 4 root 5 plus 18 root 5 minus root 25 is 5. And 5 times 6 is 30. So this is equal to, let's collect like terms, 12 minus 30 minus 4 root 5 plus 18 root 5 gives us plus 14 root 5 for their like terms. So you can add together using number line, and this is equal to minus 16 plus 14 root 5. In mathematics, it is preferable that the first term always be a positive number where necessary. So I'm going to rearrange this into 14 root 5 minus 16. And when you factorize out what is common, which is 2, this gives us 2 into 7 root 5 minus 8 as our answer. That brings us to the end of today's class. In today's class, we have looked at the multiplication of surds involving brackets. And we said in order to multiply brackets involving surds, that we use the same method of solving algebraic expressions involving brackets, which is said to be you split one of the brackets into 2 or into the number of terms you have in the bracket and use them in turns in multiplying the second bracket. When that is done, you now simplify by collection of like terms. Today's class will enable us in solving conjugates of surds. But before we leave, let me give you an assignment. I would like you to evaluate bracket 5 plus root 3 by bracket 2 root 6 minus 3, as well as bracket x plus y into bracket x minus y. Thank you for staying to the end of this class. We appreciate your patience and your zeal to learn. In our next class, we shall be looking at conjugates of surds. Do well to like our videos as you watch, while we encourage you to subscribe if you are yet to do that. Also, we encourage you to turn on the notification bell so as to be notified whenever a new video is being uploaded. Thank you, and see you in our next class.